Good afternoon. It's April 1st, 2020, just after lunchtime. I just want to make another quick video for anybody who might see it. I just got finished watching a guy's channel, um, Wiki I think it is. It had some great material and kind of got me thinking I should make another video for you guys. The last video I made was just about being kind to people, being aware, using your eyes to see, your ears to hear. That is super valid in today's world. Try not to be judgmental to other people. However, this Wiki Joe fella, I've never seen his stuff before. Um, Brought up a lot of good points. Uh, it's great if we can be aware and realize the deception going on in the world, but we should be spreading that awareness to others as much as possible. So I just wanted to outline a few things. Uh, I'm not an expert on this by any means, but some of the things I've done in my own life to try to protect myself and my family. Um, some of the decisions that I will make when the time comes, if things are going the way that I think they're going to be going here. But a few basic things you can do just to help protect yourself, your family, and spread this to people that you know. Um, it's an easy one. Your Wi-Fi routers, I think we've all pretty much have them in our house. Um, Turn them off if you're not using them at night. Usually too, you can log in, change a setting where you actually just turn off uh, the Wi-Fi beaming itself. Like you just the one in my house has 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz options. And the default setting is it just beams both of them all the time on high power. So with mine, I was able to go in, turn off the 5 gig, turn off the 2.4 gig, and just use a hardwired cable. So that's what I'm doing. But you can, turn one off, turn both off. Um, you can change the power level on the signal itself. But that's really only half measure. You're better just not to have the router at all, or if you have one, just hardwire out the back. And um, I'm kind of taking it on good faith that when you click the Wi-Fi to be off, that it still isn't beaming. The devices don't pick it up, but who really knows? So that's an easy one. Another thing is the things you're ingesting in your body. Food's important. Eating whole, non-processed foods is better, obviously. Um, Usually at the grocery store, I try to shop on the perimeter of the store. So you're really not going in the aisles too much just for those essential things that you may need. I like my peanut butter. That's something that I often get. Um, so that's one. Stay away from highly processed foods. Um, don't overindulge, don't eat more than you need to eat. It's good to have a little bit of body fat on you for times of famine and everything, but don't overindulge. Water. Water's huge. So most people just drink their tap water, or if you're lucky enough to have a well, that's better as long as you confirm that your water's not contaminated, which a lot of it is. Every day, more and more is becoming contaminated. But yeah, tap water is pretty nasty shit. I have a distiller in my house, which basically distills 4 liters at a time. It costs me about 30 cents in hydro to do 4 liters of water, which if you buy a jug of distilled water at the store, it's $1, sometimes more. Plus, you're going through a lot of plastic. Um, that works great. The thing about this also is you see once you run 4 liters of tap water through all the gunk that's left on the bottom, and it'll gross you out. It smells toxic. I'm pretty sure if you were to bake it into a baked good, it would kill whoever you served it to. Shit's pretty gross. So that's another easy thing. Um, Other than that, getting outside, fresh air, sunlight is huge for you. For a lot of years, I refused to wear sunscreen just because intuitively something told me that we're born on Earth. Um, sun's always been here. Doesn't make sense that it's deadly poisonous for us. I think if you overdo it, sure, but we wear clothes for that reason too. So I've always just tried to get as much sunlight as I can in the day, but take shade breaks. Half an hour in the sun, half an hour in the shade, stay hydrated. Really, no reason you should get burnt. Um, the chemicals they put into sunscreen is it's not good. The other thing is sunglasses. And my mom works in the glasses industry, and she's always pushing the sunglasses on me. I don't think she realizes that they filter out certain bands of the light that your eyes need to function correctly. Now, I can't prove this to you guys. I'm just telling you experientially. Um, I have almost 2010 vision, which is quite a bit better than even 2020. Uh, as far as distance goes, look that up if you want to know what that means. I'm not going to explain it to you guys right now, but basically I can see um, more detail at a farther distance than a typical person with good vision. Um, but my vision is not superhuman by any means. It's just that um, I drink clean water, I eat generally clean foods, and I get exposed to a lot of natural light. I try to. I mean, I live in northern climates. In the wintertime, not as outside as much as I would like to be. Still a good amount. In addition to that, I work outside. I work in environmental field, so I'm outside most of the year with that also. And I'm never wearing sunglasses. I did a little bit in my teenage years. I just didn't know. I wasn't aware. I thought they were trendy, cool, whatever. But I'm over that now. So, what else? Food, water, sunlight, Wi-Fi, cell phones. If you have a cell phone, if you really have to make a call, on put it on speakerphone. Don't touch it. Keep it away from you. I think I read a study once that even just keeping a centimeter away from your head makes a big difference. But if it actually contacts, then all that energy gets transduced directly through your skin. Um, Cell phones, everybody, the research is there. Go read. This isn't rocket science. You don't have to have a high level scientific understanding to understand um, most studies. If you just skim through it, you'll see the keywords to figure out what they're trying to say. And if not, there's lots of people online that have already done the research for you. I mean, you should verify it, obviously, but um, all this stuff's common sense. Everything's vibration, energy, including us. So if you're getting bombarded with artificial, non-organic, non-synchronistic forms of energy, it's not good for you. Period. Um, yeah, so all that's going on. I've noticed in my community, there's all these new towers that have gone up last year or two, and then they've been going up for longer than that. But I've really been noticing this last year, well, since I started drinking distilled water, especially, there's a lot of these new high-speed, probably 5G towers going up. There's one 800 meters from my house, which I'm not thrilled about, but um, that is what it is. So yeah, I've read into the coronavirus stuff and 5G, the 60 gigahertz with the oxygen molecules, and it sounds possible to me. I can't prove it. Um, whether the virus is an actual virus or not really sure. I'm not afraid personally. I'm in good health. I actually don't know anybody in my community who's sick. So, I mean, I live in Canada. We don't have that many cases. It's about 10,000 or so. Uh, so it's unlikely at this point I would know somebody, but I really don't think it's what the media is saying it is. Just my personal opinion on that. Yeah, I'm not trying to instill fear in anybody with this video. I think if you're watching these types of things already and you're trying to inform yourself, take a little bit of time to give your mind a break from it. Maybe look into some things that are useful, like gardening, weaving of clothes, hunting, fishing, any of that kind of stuff is great. You can go buy a cheap wood like outdoorsman book from I don't know, probably Walmart or whatever big stores are still open. I'm sure they sell that kind of stuff. I know Canadian Tire here in Sudbury sells it in Canada. whoops, sells those things. So I have this book in my house, and it's just a little bit of everything, like some edible herbs that are good, types of trees that sort of fire, shelter making, um, bush textiles to make baskets and weavings, and where to find water and all those basic things. A lot of it's common sense. If you have some awareness of how nature works in the world, you can figure these things out. But it's if you have a resource to read off of, even if you don't get to practice it, just looking for something to do, you're in isolation, read a book on the wilderness or how the water cycle works, or just these things are uh, not really common knowledge, but they should be. Have some seeds, non-GMO is preferable, but whatever you get your hands on, will feed you. Um, I put a little bag together. I don't consider myself a prepper, but I have a little bag, some basic stuff, just some seeds, some matches. Got a little hatchet in there, and a knife, and some cordage, and um, first aid kit, and some basic stuff. It's nothing too crazy. I've got two kids and a wife. I don't know. It'd be rough, if we had to go, but I'd be glad to have something. Not to start from scratch. Um, oh, I forgot. With this coronavirus thing, um, the vaccines that they're trying to fast track, they're not your traditional vaccines where they put broken down components of the virus that they found in the environment into them. They're looking at doing what's called an mRNA virus, which actually, now probably some biology, chemistry people could clarify this better than what I'm going to do. Um, but it basically is inserting a piece of genetic material into you. It's like a genetically modified vaccine for you to make you GMO. Um, Plus, there's other things that could go in there, nanotechnology and heavy metals, and maybe things that are reactive to some of the electronic signals that are going out. That's a big reason why I started drinking the distilled water, was just to detox myself from all the inorganic minerals and metals in my system. That's been a huge difference for me. Also gets rid of the fluoride. Uh, yeah, grounding, sun gazing, first thing in the morning and at night. Don't overdo it. Start with a minute, work your way up. I sun gaze as much whenever there's a clear day. Even in the winter, I go out, stand out there barefoot. Not for very long. It's cold. Um, yeah, I just had my eyes tested a few weeks ago, and my vision is really good. Even though I've been sun gazing for about 2 years now. Um, Told my mom, she was horrified. She thought I was going to go blind, but better vision than the rest of the family. So, um, yeah, obviously drinking pure water probably helps with that. I don't know if your system's loaded up with a bunch of garbage, how how well that's going to work. Interesting, if you human hue color, colors come from light. If you shine visible light through prism, you get a rainbow of colors, so hues. And man, it's also a light man. Um, Everything is essentially made out of energy, or a form of light. Um, so it's very important to us. Uh, Anyways, there's a lot of information out there in this stuff. I just want to get the word out. Be kind, teach people the things you can. Try to wear organic fibers, natural fibers. I just realized this. There's tons and tons of references in the Bible to wearing linen and wool. Don't wear them together. Um, and something clicked the other night. I was watching a video on some guys showing how to make like a EMF shielding hat with aluminum foil, and I just got some intuition to look into linen. It turns out linen is well, it's what they use to make stitches. They use linen thread for internal stitches because it completely dissolves within the body. It's very bioavailable and conducive with your human cells. Um, Not like a polyester thread or nylon thread or something like that. It's um, it's natural. Okay, I'm sure hemp would be similar. Cotton's okay, but linen is really good. So with same thing with wool. Linen for warm weather, wool for cold weather. Um, Apparently they both have a high spectral frequency on them, so it kind of like reflects your own energy back from you, where synthetics pull your energy away from you. Um, that's why all the high priests and the saints were, you say they're gonna wear linen. Increases your vibration, basically. The lighter the color, the better. This should be common knowledge stuff. Um, Flax is easy to grow, grows in most climates. Um, Spinning it's a bit of work, but anything worth in life is a bit of work. Even eating flaxseed's a health food craze right now. Eating flaxseed's super good for you. It is. It's been around forever. It's a staple crop. It's been around 35, 40,000 years that we're aware of. Um, yeah, I mean, it's almost like the Matrix movie where it's like the world they pulled over your eyes. Um, we already had all the knowledge that we needed, and in the sake of convenience and everything being faster and better connected, we're we're losing our ability to live. Um, Being alive physically, but being here in a repetitious pattern, um, not ever experiencing the reality around you, living life through a screen isn't life. Being in competition with everybody else because they're afraid they're gonna steal your piece of the pie isn't life. There's a lot more to it than that. Anyways, read the signs of the times, pray, read your Bibles. Um, I don't go to church, but I read the Bible pretty frequently. I'm not great with the quoting of scripture. To profess all these different verbiage and stuff, it's just not really me. It doesn't speak to me. But I do read it. And I often actually will just flip through the book and wherever my intuition tells me to stop, and I start reading. And I'm not saying that's how you guys should do it. But that's just, it doesn't seem to matter. It always seems to be applicable in some way for me. But, everyone's got their own interpretation. So, anyways, take care out there, guys. Don't take the vaccine if it comes along. Um, Love and support one another. Try to get outside if you can. It's a beautiful day out here, sunny. Backyard's a mess. Need to do some spring cleaning. Um, but yeah, um, air, breathing, life's good. Trying to reduce my exposure to some of the sick things of the world and get the message out to others because really the power's in our hands. You got the whole world in your hands. Okay, take care.